The long road to recovery that so many Americans face ahead of the onslaught of over 40 tornadoes across 9 states over the weekend. Kentucky, the hardest hit, and Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear today gave an emotional update on the search and rescue operations. So let's listen to what he had to say.
Put one foot in front of the other, make sure we have the inertia, and we'll rebuild. There's going to be grief, there's going to be cleanup. But then we're going to make sure that everybody gets back on their feet. We do have a lot of support out there. I mean, the whole country is calling and trying to help. Actually, one of the biggest challenges we have in these counties is too much in many ways. How to coordinate an unprecedented amount of goods and of volunteers. And, you know, but there's a lot of love out there.
A lot of love. At least 105 people are still unaccounted for in the state, and at least 65 Kentuckians are confirmed dead, with the youngest victim only 5 months old. At least 75 people are dead across the 5 states after this unprecedented outbreak of severe weather across America's heartland. President Biden has confirmed today that he will be visiting Kentucky on this coming Wednesday. We have team coverage of the destruction, the aftermath, the recovery efforts with ABC News' Reena Roy and ABC News' Elwyn Lopez, both of them joining us now from Mayfield, one of that most severely impacted areas in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. So, Elwyn, let me go to you first. We've seen over the past few days coming out of Mayfield, those images, nothing short of horrific, astonishing. Your team was the first on the ground there and were there and heard some of those storms rolling in. Have you had a chance to speak with the people impacted by the outbreak of tornadoes? What have they told you?
Yeah, Terry, well, I can tell you just from being the first coming into this area, it was a blanket of darkness and all you could see, a sea of red lights. First responders responding immediately after that tornado cut a path through this town. And one woman that we met as we were driving into our live shot location said that she was looking for her 70-year-old aunt on the side of the road. She had heard that she was under a chair, and later I spoke to her and she said that she was able to find her aunt. She did not survive, unfortunately. But these are the stories that we've been hearing all over this town, block after block, devastation. It's almost hard to believe the devastation that has taken place here, because as you drive into the town, block after block looks just like this. You have seen drone footage of what the town looked like before and what it looks like now. It's gone. Entire neighborhoods are gone. People's businesses, that's their livelihood. Not only their businesses gone, their homes gone. Now they're trying to find places to stay. We've seen people coming out trying to help in any way they can. The sound of chainsaws here is everywhere you go. We met one man, Steve, and he was grabbing stuff from his house. We went to talk to him, and he said that when the tornado came through, he was in the hallway in a basement area with 2 other neighbors, and they didn't have much to grab onto, and this is what they found. Take a listen.
What's incredible to me is that you were in the basement with the blankets, with the laundry baskets on your head, waiting, not knowing what would happen.
That's all that we could find, you know, in just that short amount of time. I said, just put something over your head, anything. So that's what we grabbed. It just looked like a war zone. And yeah, it's sad, really is. I've lived here all my life, and this is the worst thing I have ever had to go through.
And when I asked him what's next, he said he doesn't even know. He can't even think about what's next. He's still clearly very stunned and in shock, and so many people here are. A few doors down, I was able to meet someone else, DEANNA. She was sitting on what looked like a slab of concrete. I went over there to talk to her, and she explained to me that what was behind her, unbelievably, was her home. You could barely even make out what it was, and she crawled out of a small sliver there in that home. Take a listen to how she was able to get out of there.
Your entire house collapsing on top of you.
Yeah.
And then
it's wild.
You saw a little sliver. A little sliver that you were able to, in the darkness, get out, crawl out of there.
Yep.
Both of you.
Yep. It's It's unlike any type of miracle you can actually talk about, honey. It's one of those God doesn't want you dead yet moments. It's one of those you still got something left to do. Someone else to help, someone else to love. Extend your hand. Be kind to people. And love people. Because we're all people. We are just all people. And everybody's feeling the same things right now.
And the hat that she is wearing there, that pink cap, it says a woman of faith, that she was able to find it after she went back to what's left of her home. And she pulled it from the rubble, she put it on her head, and she said, this is a sign of God. And those are the stories that we've been hearing throughout our time here in the past few days. Just unbelievable stories of survival. Terry.
Just incredible, you know, her saying that God doesn't want me dead yet. Just those just incredible words from her there. Let's bring in Reena Roy, who's also there in Mayfield. And Reena, we see that destruction surrounding you as well. Tell us about what you're seeing there, and please give us a perspective of just the massive amount of destruction there caused by these tornadoes there in that community.
Well, Kenneth, just to give you the scope of the damage in this small town of just about 10,000 people, you can see behind me, you mentioned that destruction. Well, that right there, that massive pile of rubble is what is left of a home. And if you walk a little bit down here, you can see that there are just piles and mountains of debris up there in the distance. That is a mattress that is wrapped around what is left of a tree. And this is really what this entire block looks like here. We actually did get a chance to speak to this family that lives inside this home. They said that they really had no idea what was coming for them. They had family members that were calling them, telling them to hunker down. They tell us they really just had seconds to spare, and they went inside their bathroom with their two dogs, and thankfully they are here to speak with us today. They are okay. Of course, they are shaken up. They are salvaging what is left of their home. Their workers really spanning this entire town, just cleaning up this seemingly endless mess. Clearly, this town just has so much work to do. Of course, they are all coming together. They are helping each other, and they are doing what they can to get through this. Kenneth?
The devastation and the response of people. I want to go back to you, the woman that you spoke with there, putting on her hat, facing forward, you know, talking about what she'd survived, how it impacted her, and looking ahead, which is what we have to do. We the living now, that's what we do. We come together, we do this. So what are the most important needs? The people that you're talking to, what are the most important needs that they have right now?
Yeah, Terry, well, one of the first things that I asked people is, what do you need? How can you get help? What is the first immediate need here? And they said, first of all, prayers, lots of prayers. That's what the mayor of Mayfield told us as well. And now President Biden has said that some of those needs include water and power. A lot of people here still without power. The first night after this happened, the temperature dropped so low, and people did not have a place to go. Those who did have houses were not able to sleep in their houses because they had no heat, and that was a big problem here as well. But the other thing, Terry, is communication. People here are unable to communicate with their loved ones, people still unaccounted for here, and some of the people that are missing just can't get in touch with their loved ones to tell them that they're okay. So that is one of the big things that they need here to be able to get those people accounted for and be able to start to heal and start the recovery process here that we know could take years. Terry.
Well, yeah, we heard state officials say they're trying to get those cell phone towers up, and as we talk about that response, Reena, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear commended the speed at which federal assistance has been granted to his state. Today we heard another, I think the head of the Department of Emergency Management, who said he was amazed by, after his years of, on the job, seeing the feds on the ground there in his state of Kentucky. So how are the ongoing search and rescue and search and recovery efforts by both local and federal authorities going?
Well, Kenneth, I can tell you that it has been really amazing to see. We firsthand have seen crews working around the clock. The governor says that they are really just going door to door, in some cases with cadaver dogs. He says that although crews are working as fast as they can, it could really take several weeks before we get a final death toll in this deadly storm outbreak, because search and recovery efforts, of course, they are still underway, and it is, of course, going to take some time. And we do know that FEMA and Red Cross, They are also on the ground here helping residents. Guys.
Oh, wow, incredible. All right, Reena, Roy, there in Mayfield, also Elwyn, Lopez. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.